welcome back to another episode of Love and Money Couplepreneurs podcast. I am your host, Charles Orr, and my beautiful co-host, Jazmine Orr, my wife.
Hey, babe.
And business partner.
That's
How you
right.
doing today, baby?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Well, we got some exciting people here today. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I actually refer to them as our media couple. Okay, so I want to introduce you guys to our couple, Chris and Renee Brown. Thank you guys for being here today. They are a dynamic duo in real estate and media. Chris Brown is a seasoned Las Vegas realtor with over 7 years experience, specializing in luxury homes and new construction. His deep knowledge of the Las Vegas market, combined with a commitment to personalized client service, has earned him recognition as one of the top luxury home agents in the Valley. Chris's approach ensures a seamless and rewarding experience for clients looking to make Las Vegas their home or a strategic investment. Renee Summer Hour Brown, she's an award-winning journalist with 12 years in the news industry, now thriving as a content creator and multimedia specialist based in Las Vegas. She leverages her storytelling skills to help businesses showcase their brand through professional and tailored content that resonates. Renee's passion lies in shaping narratives that reflect a business's essence and engage their audience. Together, Chris and Renee combine their expertise in real estate and media to offer a unique and comprehensive service to their clients. Chris utilizes social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube to share insights into the city's lifestyle, while Renee complements this by crafting compelling content that helps businesses tell their stories effectively. Their collaborative efforts are dedicated to helping business owners and entrepreneurs effectively present their brand and tell their story through strategic content and marketing solutions. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So thank y'all for coming first and foremost. What we like to do is we like to talk about how we even met you guys, how we know y'all.
Yes.
And so...
How did this even came to be?
Yeah, babe. Start it
So,
off.
where did we meet you guys? We met you guys, well, first I met online. But we actually met at the Speakeasy Candle Company, right? We was there at an event that she had, that they was hosting, and we was there as couples. And I end up seeing Chris, and I'm like, hey, I follow that guy. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So afterwards, we end up talking, kind of shared. From there, I don't know how we connected even further. Maybe you can help me out with that.
Yeah. So you guys were doing content at Speakeasy Candle Company. Trey told me who you all were, and I was like, okay, this is really cool. So then I started following, and somehow you all became familiar with who we were, and we ended up doing their wedding, y'all.
Yeah,
Just
like that.
Newlyweds.
Like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
We ended up doing their wedding.
I know.
That was a good. Congratulations too as well, right?
You guys did amazing.
Thank
You
you.
literally made all our dreams come true.
Yeah.
Literally. It was
Created
beautiful.
memorable events.
Experiences. Yes. They definitely created a memorable experience.
I
for
love
sure.
that. So how is newlywed life?
Yes. How's that been so far?
It's been okay. It's been good. I think when people ask, how do you feel now that you're married? I always say I feel like there's more than me, right? A larger sense of responsibility. And I think, still also a lot to learn about ourselves and how we communicate.
Absolutely.
And how we live life together, right?
That transition.
Of course. But so far it's been great. We've had an exciting honeymoon, which
you guys did.
changed our lives.
The honeymoon.
So,
The
honeymoon.
pictures.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Walking with lions,
Oh,
elephants.
That was fun.
That was
South
fun.
Africa.
Yeah,
living
y'all
their
look like
best
y'all had a
life.
ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
stalking
amazing.
all the pictures.
I know.
I almost blocked them.
Never really wanted to go to
was
South
living their
Africa,
best
but I'm
life.
like,
I know.
I wanted to be there with you.
Don't be a hater. Girl. I know. Chris is the one that made me walk with lions. That was not my idea.
Yes.
you were scared?
But
Was
she
you
did it.
scared?
I did it.
She did it.
Actually,
It was bomb.
we were less scared of the lions. We were actually more nervous around the elephants
Oh, wow. Okay.
because they're
Around the
large
elephants.
creatures and they're easily spooked.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
thought
You
about
don't
it.
want to scare an elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
There's
don't
no
wanna scare
running.
an elephant.
All right.
So when we were
just
there,
get out the-
when we
just
were in
move.
Africa, I asked the tour guide, I said, if an elephant gets mad and he want to attack you, like,
What does he do?
What can you do?
Right.
I was like, can they pivot left, right? Can they do a 360? He said they can go any direction.
Oh, no.
He said really fast. And I said, what if I climb up a tree? He said he knock it down. I was like, oh, so you in trouble if an elephant mad at you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
See, Chris always thinks he has a game plan for when stuff goes wrong.
Yeah.
So
Gotta have an escape plan.
Right. So he's thinking, oh, you know, I used to play basketball. I could just juke him. And what about left? And what about right? And it's like, I don't think so.
Hit that jab step real quick.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so we actually even rode the elephants before too. If I'd have known that, I might have been a little bit scared too myself.
Yeah, well, they walked with them.
They
you know,
did.
you're really not supposed to be riding them elephants, but we'll say that for another time.
We'll save that for another time.
Yeah, don't get canceled too soon.
Okay, I'm like, we don't need to bring that up.
So now that you guys are married, you guys are actually started a business together too as well. So tell us a little bit about that and what it is that you guys are offering for clients and you guys media production.
So I guess I'll just kind of start from the beginning. When Chris and I first met, I was working as a journalist and he was working as a real estate agent, about to be full-time because you weren't even full-time yet.
Wow.
Gotcha, okay.
But he was a part of another brokerage at the time where the strategy was, let's show the lifestyle that people will live when they move to Vegas. And so a lot of that lifestyle is eating, activities, different things, parks, like what do people do around here? Because buying the home is just the first step, right?
Yes.
You want to get to know your city. And so it was great when we were dating because Chris had the inside scoop on most of these places. He was getting invited to the restaurants and he was already doing the foodie content. So I was just along for the ride.
Okay.
Right? I was
Okay,
baby. Every time we have, oh no, guys, I can't go. Chris has something scheduled for us. We're like already going to this one place or whatever. And
it made date night a little easy, right?
Right.
Real
easy. Real easy.
I don't have to think.
Right. He is a good planner though, I will say that. But yeah, I really started digging that whole aspect of it. While other people may have gotten like tired of it and all that stuff, I really enjoyed it because I love telling a story. I love being able to go out and help local businesses because this was a form of helping the community.
100%.
And so I really fell in love with the aspect of like doing content and the fact that we were doing it together and it was a similar interest.
Yes.
It made things really easy.
And they do it so good.
So good.
They do it so
Yes.
good.
And so, so I think after that, it was just very seamless how we were able to, walk into these places, get established with the business owners.
Yeah.
Obviously we love food. And so it really did make our dating experience like truly amazing. And even now as a married couple, when we go out and do things, I still love going to places together and shooting the content together. Like, Chris was telling me, like, if you were any other person, you would absolutely hate this because people just want to eat. They don't want to put a camera in your face.
I'm not even gonna lie. So we had the luxury of going out with him recently to a
Me and Trey
restaurant.
was eating stuff too soon.
Right. As soon as the food came out,
They was like, wait.
I'm like, hold on. They was like, hold on, we got to get the pictures. We got to get the content. And I'm like, man, they need to come on. I'm ready to eat.
Right.
Look, the camera eats first.
Yes.
The
camera eats first.
Yes,
I
I
like
love
that.
Come on.
It's a word there.
So so I think for me, I definitely as Chris's real estate career is starting to really blossom and utilizing YouTube, which he has an amazing team that helps him out. My journalism career took a dive. So it was really time to focus on what skills can I utilize to be like my husband, be an entrepreneur, do my own thing.
Yeah.
And Jazmine, you were like extremely instrumental in helping me get all those thoughts together because as much as I like to shoot and write and be creative, building a business was like totally out of like, how do you do that? Literally just, with Jazmine's help and with CB's help, I was able to kind of get this up and running. It's called Focus 365 and it stands for fresh online content for unique success.
Yes.
And so, Chris really helped with just helping me be more creative and more confident, and getting this business off the ground. And so far, it's been great. A lot of people, see the skills that him and I have as far as what we do on a regular basis. And so putting this out into the forefront, and kind of being scared and nervous about it, the reaction has been outstanding.
We getting flued out for our first brand trip.
Well, shout out to being flued out. Okay.
Getting flued out.
We're getting flued out to San Diego.
It was so obvious obvious to me when I met y'all. Like,
Yes.
this is what they do. So when I found out it wasn't what she did full time, I was like, girl, why?
I know, yeah.
Why are you not?
Right.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
just
For the
makes
both
sense
of you
for y'all.
guys,
And
yeah.
y'all are great
It seemed
at
like y'all
seriously.
were already working together. But for the most part, so I thought you guys were already doing business together, to be honest. So
Well, Chris is, I mean, honestly, he's the one that really catapulted me into really being interested in like creating content, right?
Okay.
I'm shooting to share stories. I'm doing something kind
Yeah.
of longer form, a little bit more traditional. But I think, you know, me and Chris, like being introduced, it really kind of opened up a new way to say, you know what, you can be a little bit more creative. You can tell your, you know, point of view as
Yeah.
opposed to
Right.
someone else's point of view. And honestly, it's probably why I got fired, because I was. It's Chris,
giving him your
Chris's
point of
fault.
view?
It's Chris's fault I got fired, you guys. I'm saying it right now for the record. It's his fault. He did it.
You know, the powers that be weren't happy that
There you go.
she was
There you
in
go.
spaces that they weren't even in at.
Yeah.
got you.
And you know, she
Yes.
was really good at it. And when she started to really blossom on social media, they started hating.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
started hating.
Because
Yeah.
the growth was real. I mean, the both of us, just me, just him, people were really, you know, attracted to the product that we were putting out there. And so it was hard to fight the man and wanting to be myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, but when you get to a certain age, like you shouldn't be arguing with anybody about being yourself.
Right.
Like that
Absolutely.
shouldn't even
Right
be a
about that.
discussion.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So yeah, things have been moving slowly, but really good. People have been really receptive. Chris is like my number one client, so
Yes.
you know it,
Right.
it allows me now to help him more in his real estate journey, which I absolutely love. And so yeah, we just continue to grow as a couplepreneur.
As a
I
couplepreneur.
love it.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, even the content since we've been around each other that you recommend to businesses, communities, it's always going viral, child.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Even
Followers growing and everything. So I'm like, yeah.
what was the
this
couple
is-
one we did when we was out hanging out with the little couples group and you did the video
With Dr.
We all
Jade.
took the
Yeah.
kissing pictures.
I mean,
So we
That
played a
viral video.
game at Dr. Jade's house, and the game we had to sit facing each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in my mind, I had this thought, because when Chris and I were planning our wedding, we were saving all this content ideas that we wanted to do. Now, did we get them done?
I love
no,
it.
because we didn't have time.
That's
Not even close.
Not even close. But we had all these ideas, and one of the ideas was very similar to where we were all kind of sitting. So I was like,
got
hey,
you.
I want to
This
do
is
this
the
idea real
opportunity.
quick. Let's just do it. We're all here.
Yeah.
And yeah, Dr. Jade posted that video, and it
and
probably
her
has
page grew substantially
Yes.
immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
it has about 3.5 million views between
Wow.
her platform and I think 2 other Black Love page platforms.
Yeah.
Wow.
That took the video and shared it. So yeah.
It seemed like I seen somebody else do the video too, and I'm like, now people
tried
over
it.
here recreating the video now.
They tried it.
remixing it. Good.
Yeah, so no, CB, I guess my question for you is, being that you were already in the media space, how is it working with her and having that collaboration? Like, do you find that you're leading more in that aspect, and how are you guys defining the roles that you guys take?
I think we complement each other well, because I always tell her, like, you the idea, I'm the execution.
Yeah.
Because I struggle coming up with ideas and
Okay.
different things in social media. And for me, I'm always trying to show her different things I see on social media. Like, how can I make this real estate related? How can I turn this
Right.
around and make it about real estate? So she gives
Yeah.
me the idea, and then I kind of push the envelope on being the executioner on getting it
Gotcha.
out, because, you know, that's a lot of the issue that a lot of people have. They either struggle finding an idea or they struggle doing it when they have the idea.
Right.
So when you got 2 people working together,
That's it.
That
one
works.
can handle one side and one can handle the other.
That's
it
literally
works.
us.
Yeah.
That's I'm the executioner.
Yes.
And
I'm
I
more
have
of the-
some ideas.
No, you have some ideas. Yeah.
But you really, yeah, he's gonna be slow to act.
Yeah. It's just
Sorry,
because my
babe.
brain. No. It's good. I don't care.
I'm the same way though.
I don't care. I'm not trying to do all that because we have our own roles, right?
Absolutely.
You know, so the fact I enjoy just kind of like the visionary, like putting the ideas, putting stuff together. And I know she likes being in it. Like she's like doing the detail stuff, putting things together, like actually see it come to life. Me, I'm more so like to kind of sit back. I like for my brain to work more. she liked to like physically have things actually work more.
I'm the same way. Like when we have like disagreements, I have to pause because my brain is processing everything a million miles an hour, and I'm just like, okay. It's like the AOL startup.
Right.
My brain
Loading.
My brain is always trying to figure out, okay, that's step 1, but what's step 1.5? What's step 1.7?
Really?
My brain works mysteriously, and I can't just regurgitate things on a drop of a dime. I got to sit with it for a minute.
Okay.
And I really start thinking about, next moves ahead. Like, I like playing chess. I haven't played in a while, but I think of everything that I do as a chess move. Like, if I move this pawn, what is the rook going to do? What is the bishop going to do? What does that do? Does that alter what the queen does?
That's a totally different way of thinking.
My brain has to process, because if I give you the first thing that I think of, 100% out of 100% is wrong.
Let me tell you, no wife wants you processing that long. Okay, look at Renee.
Because I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right.
What's the problem?
I'm still on 3.
2.
I'm still on right. Okay.
I'm
Trying
like,
to figure it out.
Even,
what we doing?
What are we doing
sometimes
after
with
8?
content, I'll find something and I'm like, babe, get dressed. We got to do this. It's trending. We got to do this.
Yes.
And Chris is like, it's not Sunday. I'm like, we don't have time.
Right.
Like, let's get this done. Oh, I got to change my shirt. Oh, I got to do my hair. Oh, I feel like my husband's a little bit more of a diva than I am sometimes.
I don't like doing stuff just do it now.
Just do it. Right.
Do it now. And I'm like, wait, let me think about it.
Okay.
Let me see.
But see, I come from an environment where
you gotta
like,
just go.
Breaking news, get your butt out there, get it done.
That's
If
true.
you don't know the
Yes.
script, read it on the way there. You may need to have the ad lib. New information. Okay, I got to ad lib that. I don't
Gotcha.
have
Okay.
the time. So
That's a
you have
totally
to,
unique.
You have to process
Yeah.
information quickly. And then you have to make sure that once you process it, it
gotta
gets
deliver.
out correctly.
Correct.
Not even
Yeah.
just deliver, but correctly, because you don't
Gotcha.
want to say the wrong thing, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm going to process it quickly. I'm just not going to respond very
no,
quickly.
you're not going to process it quickly either. You just
It's
said it
processing.
takes you
It's making
3
its
to
way.
5 business days to process. So, but yeah, I think that's sometimes where we clash, because when I see something or I have an idea about something, even if it's for his own business, I'm like, all right, check this, babe. We can do this. You can do that. And then if you flip it, you could do it this way. And Chris is like,
Right.
wait, write it down.
Right.
Just like, nah, we got this. And so, yeah, I do have a little bit of a perfectionist complex, because I not only want to do it, but I want to do it right. I want to get it out on time so we can be ahead of the trend or with the trend or whatever. So, yeah, I have to
Slow it down
a little bit,
Slow it down.
I let my
Yeah.
husband catch
I
up
love
so
that.
that
Yeah.
when because at the end, when you see the vision, then he's like, I understand what you were saying now. I get it.
Even when it comes to posting, Renee likes to post at 11 o'clock in the morning. If it's like 11:02, she's freaking out. I'm like, babe, it's okay.
Right. It's just a post.
It's
Nothing is
okay.
about to happen.
It's okay. Them 2 minutes is not going to kill the post.
You know what? That is so
That's what he
unique.
thinks.
That brings me
She
to
said
my
that's what
next
you
question.
think.
Like, when you guys get in that challenge space, because he's not only your business partner, your husband, but he's also a client of yours, right? Because I'm sure from a client perspective, you really appreciate somebody that will be on you. Like me, I'd be ready to go because I'm like, ooh, the trend, let's go. And having that team member to help. But how do you guys navigate when you are clashing? Like, how do you get back on track?
I need a moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight up. I need some time. So
How long is the time? We talking about a day,
Yeah,
couple
tell me
days?
how long the time is. Because I still wait.
it like even in our most heated arguments, like she's really good at making me circle back.
Okay.
Because
Good job,
sometimes
Renee.
like I want my space. Let me get my thoughts together before I say something I don't want to say.
Right.
Because again, 100% out of 100%, if I say the first thing, is wrong.
Okay.
So I need that time to really like not only process what just happened, process what was said, process if I said something wrong, process if I could have said it differently. Like my brain is thinking about all these different scenarios on
Okay.
how to make it better before I come back.
Okay.
Yeah. How
But
to
I
make
think
it better
that
is what I
doesn't
like.
give time for her idea to be interjected into what you're thinking.
Not in the
because
moment.
you've come up with all of the solutions and
Because
the
it comes off as, okay, So I said all that, and you ain't got nothing to say? All right, bet.
Right. Oh, wait.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm just talking to myself then. And then I start talking again, and it's like, he's always like, you're always dominating the conversation. And I'm like, I'm not trying to, but you don't say anything. So now it's like, so I'm like, okay, maybe if I say this, I'll have something to say. Or maybe if it's like, okay.
But you know what? That speaks to being newer in marriage and in this space, because as you guys learn each other, like, you ain't gonna be able to process 3 to 5 business days no more.
Absolutely
Sorry.
not. Absolutely not.
And you'll be able to categorize a lot of like the arguments and disagreements, where it's coming from, what emotion is stemming from, and then you'll be able to come up with your solution again. So yeah, no, that's the same thing with me. It took me a while to figure out my wife as well.
Yeah, I'm a
firecracker. And then business. So we didn't start off in business first. So of course we raising a family, moved out here in Vegas, enjoying ourselves. And then when we started business, I seen a different side to her. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how to handle this part of it. Like, we at home is a little different story, but being out in public, being, doing events and around other people that we work with,
it was hard.
I had to be mindful of that. But I'm like, I'm not liking this. So of course I needed my moments to reflect and think about, okay.
He tried to quit on me a couple times.
Yeah.
I always say I'm an emotional gangster. So I might come off hard, or I might come off a certain way, but like, even if that's the case, just be gentle with me. If you need a moment,
and that's why you need the process.
Yeah, and
I need them emotions to come out.
And I'm learning that too. I'm learning that too. So
it just, I feel like a lot of it comes down to what we lead with. If we lead with gangster, we're gonna get a gangster in response.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you lead gentle, that's the gentleness you're gonna get back. But sometimes it'd be gangster on gangster on gangster.
but let me tell you, Chris is gangster. So
right.
Chris be gangster
Yeah.
in his response and in his ways sometimes, and then that throws me off. Like, damn, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that? And then
It's a ripple effect. For sure.
It can be, but like you said, I think that it's a process for us to learn and just get outside perspectives on how other couples are handling this.
Yeah.
I definitely like to listen to different podcasts about like love languages and different things like that, just so that I can tap into things and not feel like, well, I already know this stuff already, and I don't, So for me, it's always a constant like learning opportunity that, okay, let me, I love taking my walks with our dog every morning, and that gives me time to really reflect on things and like listen to those podcasts, listen to those experts who are going to give me a little bit more advice. So I know how to at least address something or come into it with a little bit more perspective, because you're always just going to need the help regardless. Like we don't know everything. And so I don't want to include our family and stuff like that. So who do you turn to in those moments? And if you don't have a therapist, search out most of the therapists and relationship experts. They either have a podcast or a book or YouTube. So I really just like to tap in. Yeah, I got to tap into that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, we've even seen people that we know and how they communicate, and we be going back home and be like, man, I'm glad we don't talk to each other like that.
Right. No, really.
Yeah, no.
That's therapy.
You talk about getting some gangster out of somebody. Man, the way we seen some people in their relationship.
We'd be looking at each other. You're like, I love you, baby.
Right.
I love you. Let me go. We got a good thing. Don't forget, we got a good thing.
Listen, we've been there.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
like you said, even though we coming up on 17 years of marriage, and we still are like figuring out each other, because we're constantly changing, growing, evolving.
Right.
So we know we don't got it all together, child.
Yeah, but it's good though to be around other couples, and that's kind of part of why we created the podcast, and want to tap in, because working with your partners,
it's a unique perspective.
Yeah,
really
and they have their own unique challenges on top of whatever little personal challenges, the marital side, raising kids, finances, and then you got to run a business on top of that. Yeah, so
and I love the date night. The date nights that you guys are doing.
Yes.
I mean, the sip and stretch that we did was, I can't tell you how appreciative that was, because it was a moment for us to put the phones away, tap in, be more intimate. I think that's definitely like I want to like do that every couple months if we can.
I got a good stretch out
Man,
of that.
I'm telling you. I mean, we
I
both
was hurting the next day.
Like my neck, baby.
It's like you're supposed to relax. You're supposed to be stretched. Like, what's going on? No, but like Chris and I both like health and fitness, and we like yoga. His best friend, they have a stretch business, and his best friend's wife is a yoga instructor, and so we definitely like to do those things. So doing it together with other couples in an intimate space, I think, is definitely gonna help us in this journey of marriage to really put ourselves around other people, other healthy relationships. Right?
Absolutely.
We don't have to do this on our own.
No.
But I think in a working capacity. We don't argue so much in the working capacity. We may
She just bosses me around.
That's a fact.
And as long as you listen,
I didn't
y'all
tell you to
good.
stand like that. Stand this way. Smile. You look mad. I was like, okay, chill out.
Because he knows the end product
Like,
is
always
going to be
look
what
best.
it needs to give.
That's
and
it.
it usually does. So, yeah.
Y'all,
I
this,
love
this lady had me running down the street in a full suit. I don't know if you saw that post.
Wait,
Oh my God, I seen that. Yeah.
I saw
Right
it maybe
outside
in
the
the
house.
story. That's been posted now?
Yep, in dress shoes.
Had me running
In
down the
dress
street
Back
in
hurting.
a full
Yes.
suit. Feet was hurting. It's hot.
Yeah.
I'm
I
carrying
love-
signs.
Carrying the signs. I
And I'm
remember
in
that.
I'm in his
I love
car.
that. But it was
rolling
dope.
down the street like this,
With the
filming
AC.
him.
And having to drive
filming him
with him.
outside, window down, filming him as he's running. And so we're running, like the driving and running parallel. It's the same as Ashton Hoss. It's what he does, what his team does.
Yeah.
Wow.
He just has more videographers. It was just me.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
But you
love
guys
that.
got it done.
Yeah.
But with you guys being in media, okay, so obviously social media is a huge thing in relationships. People being addicted to it, not being able to put their phones down. So being that that's the space that you all are in, what is the boundary? Where do you draw the line?
When do you get that personal time?
Oh,
So-
see
No
me.
phones.
Oh, I see the
how his
eyes.
lips
Okay.
glitch?
So,
Right.
See what
So for
happened
me-
was.
So for me, I haven't been on my schedule, but typically when I'm really like locked in on my schedule, I'm up in between 4 to 4:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Every day,
Okay.
Monday through Friday.
Wow.
But when I wake up, I don't grab my phone. The first thing that I do is I get up, go do my business in the bathroom, and then I go in my office, I stretch,
Okay.
I meditate, I journal, I write, and do all those things. I don't
Okay.
grab my phone until I get to the gym when I'm warming up on the treadmill. So by that time, it's probably like 6. So
Okay.
that beginning part of the day, I'm not really on the phone. However,
I'm
at
looking like they ain't
nighttime,
believing that.
However,
comma.
at nighttime, I like to try my hardest to be off the phone by the time we get in bed.
Okay.
When we're in bed, watching our nightcap, whatever the case may be, we try to be conscious on not being on the phone at that point because we are on our phone all day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm answering phones from clients all day.
Absolutely.
I'm creating content. She's doing the same thing right as that. But once we get to the bed, it's kind of like, all right, after 8 o'clock, I'm not going to respond to nothing most of the time. If
Okay.
you text me, call me after 8, you probably won't get a response. And people think that's early, but for us, that's late.
Yeah, if you getting up at 4:30.
Yeah, get up at 4. Yeah.
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 Because that's
So,
insane.
Around 8 o'clock is when we really try to like shut it off. Or if we're watching a movie, sometimes we will have an urge to grab our phone.
We or you?
We. This is the us. We're on a
We're
couple.
a team. We're a team. We're one.
This is a couplepreneur. Don't forget where we at. But it's funny because sometimes we'll be watching a movie and we'll be, an hour in the movie. I'll grab my phone real quick, get on IG, start scrolling for like a minute. And I could feel her just glaring
Yep.
at me.
Yep.
And I'll be like, okay.
Now I just pick up my phone.
Look,
I'll be
don't,
like,
don't-
that's
don't
what we
even
doing
look at
too.
her. Don't even look at her. I know
Go
she's
back looking at the movie.
I put my phone down and be right back locked in on the movie. Like,
Right.
yeah. And then I look at her and she's still looking. I'll be like, what? What's up?
Listen, I'm so bad with my phone. I will be scrolling. I'll be like, I'm answering emails.
Yeah,
Hold on,
right.
I'm trying
That's
to
what she
handle
gonna
this.
tell me.
I will.
I'm
I
working.
will put it on business.
I'm working. I'm doing a client's
I mean,
contract. I'm
listen.
like, girl, nobody buying
Phone
that.
addiction is real.
talking
You
to
have
me.
to
Yeah,
get away
right.
from the phone.
We got to get one of them little boxes where you put it in and just it's on
you
a timer. You can't get it.
out.
Yeah, that's true.
If I needed to get my phone, I might have to break it though.
Yeah. I might.
I'm gonna break
slang
that
it a
piggy
couple-
bank.
Exactly. That's it. What about you, Renee?
I mean, I think I got worse with my phone after meeting Chris because I was
Here she
not.
go, blaming it on him.
No,
again.
well, but I say
It's
it.
a theme, y'all.
I
This
say
camera
it
on?
to say.
This camera on? Yeah, it's a theme, y'all. It's a theme. always me.
Because he knows I'm right. When I was a journalist, social media wasn't like the thing to do. So I was the one like on Musical.ly and Triller and doing all these fun apps and stuff. And, you know, nobody really understood it. So it was really job first. So when I was on my phone, I was, you know, getting in touch with people for interviews. I never really turned it on to myself unless I was taking a picture or anything like that. So I wasn't posting all the time. You'd be lucky if I posted twice a week. But when I met Chris and I really started getting involved in actual like creating content and what that's going to take to see the growth, that was like, okay, now I need to plan more. I need to do more content. And a lot of times I'm on my phone scrolling for ideas. You know, I obviously I love like TikTok and Instagram and I love watching everybody and stuff like that. But for like a lot of times now that I'm the one creating the content, I'm looking for a lot of ideas. So I call it market research. But dinner time
during the movie.
Oh, it's market
no,
research,
never during
baby.
the movie. So the difference between Chris and I is that I think I have a little bit more balance in not picking up my phone during dinner time. That's an absolute no. We're having dinner, no phone. Definitely when we go to bed. Chris, you do pick up your phone in the morning. You take it to the office with you. Because it don't depend.
I said if I'm locked in.
He said if he locked in,
if I'm locked in, this is typically how it would go.
Right. So Chris takes the phone to the office most of the time because I'm getting DMs from funny posts and stuff from him. So
Chris,
I wasn't locked in that day.
Right. We could both be better at not picking up our phones first thing in the morning. But you know, for me, it's just, again, how do you create that balance? You know what I'm saying? Like if we're going to make sure that in the morning we greet each other first before picking up the phones, or making sure we cut it off at 8 p.m., making sure at dinner time. And yes, movies, babe, because if you don't watch the movie, two things will happen. You will fall asleep, or you will ask me a million questions about what happened, and I'm not going to answer them. Because you weren't watching the movie. And then I
might miss one part of the movie.
And you get
two parts, 3 parts of the movie. I just want to, hey, what did I miss?
2, 3 parts.
Because I love movies. And I know that when there's certain things when you don't pay attention,
you don't get it at all.
You don't understand what happened because you missed that little part of something that happened. And now wait, how we get to this one scene? All right. So what did you last see? Well, I would.
But that's look. And
don't even remember what you said.
But then when we do that, she pauses the whole movie,
no, she don't.
And then she gotta tell me what happened from the beginning to where we at now. I didn't ask for all of that. I just wanted to know this little bitty piece.
Because he needs
to outside.
Holding her hand, trying to, babe, ain't that right?
Look. It's like he sees my temperature rising because he knows how much that irritates me. As soon as he picks up that phone, I'm like, you are missing every part of this movie.
That's how my daughter be. She actually she'll pause the movie. If she look over and see you not look, she pause it and be like, I'm like, what are you doing? Play the movie. No, get out of your phone and watch it. I'm like,
I like her.
What?
That's
girl,
the
play
one
the dang
I was
movie.
telling you about.
Yeah.
Because Renee said stuff to me that I'm like, oh my God, you're my daughter. Tell me what I need to know.
Yeah, she would literally cut it off. She would pause it.
Because we do spend so much time scrolling throughout the day. I think I just get like mentally tired after a while. I'm like, all right, it's 5 o'clock. I didn't see everything I need to see. Unless it's work related or I'm editing something, I can be off my phone for an hour, revisit and be done with it. So, but I also understand that Chris's job is not a 9 to 5.
Right.
It is not a 9 to 5.
As a realtor.
Exactly. And he's had deals where he's been up at 9:30 making sure the contract goes through and having to talk to his team leads and the client and the seller and all this stuff. So I definitely give grace for those moments because I understand his job isn't a 9 to 5 and he's going to have to do those things sometimes because he is very dedicated to his clients. And I love that about him. I'm not just saying that because I'm his wife, but I've seen other real estate agents and they don't take care of their client as much as they should, as much as I've seen Chris take care of his clients. So his phone call, anytime his work phone goes off, he has to answer it. And I can totally understand.
Within reason. I have a scale. Like, is this safety related? Is it something that's like an emergency?
Yeah.
Or is this you just asking me a question because it's 10 o'clock tonight. Like I had a client last night text me at 1:45 in the morning.
Like, what are we doing, sir?
Like, bro,
1:45 in the morning.
I didn't see it until this morning.
Right.
But I was like,
What was you?
Is he
What's
married?
happening?
Why did you
He not
text me that
married.
late, bro?
He not
Like,
married. He not married.
if my client sees this, you know I love you, but you know I'm not I'm not responding that late, brother.
Whatever that is can definitely wait. So with you guys having the real estate, doing the new business, how do you guys try to like balance it all? Like, is it every time where you want to go shoot or do something and he's like, babe, I got to go run and do this, get my own
what
content?
about when y'all have to go separate ways?
Yeah. How does that,
I
have
mean,
y'all thought about that, or have y'all ran into that problem yet?
A lot of it comes down to scheduling. Like,
Okay.
our calendars are loaded. I'd be like, you know, what are you doing Friday? All right, boop,
Yeah.
something's on your calendar. What are
Yeah.
you doing this
Gotcha.
day? So we really are good. Like for me, if it's not on my calendar, Chris will not be there.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times you told me, how many times you saw me and told me, I'm not coming if it's not on my calendar.
Right.
That's right.
And I am
Yeah.
very like stickler about that
Absolutely.
because that's literally like my lifeline. If I didn't have my calendar, I couldn't even tell you what I was doing day to day.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to look at my calendar.
Yeah.
So that's how we schedule like our time to
So
just
is
go
it like
hang out.
synced up or what? You
Yes.
guys-
Yeah.
okay.
It is.
And Chris has been
Okay.
doing this since we started dating, which
Okay.
to me I love, because a girl loves a man that can plan something.
Okay.
And we don't have to say who, what, when, where, why. Boom, it's
Yeah.
on the calendar. We going on Friday
Yeah,
night.
I asked for an email on the first date.
Right.
Okay.
Like, let me get your
Right.
email.
Let me get your
I was like,
email
oh, you want my number
address.
and my email? Okay,
What?
professional.
You're not telling me you didn't know it was on the calendar.
Right. Because now he's gonna go through my email like, oh, you okay? But yeah, no, I love that, because you know, most of the time, even when I was working, I would be off by noon. So if he had something planned, it would most of the time be when I was available. And so he'd be like, what are you doing this time? This time, nothing. Bloop bloop. Oh, guess we going to such and such. And he still does that.
Like
I
that.
think now with our, you know, us trying to do our own thing as far as business and work together, our calendar every Sunday is our batch creation day.
Gotcha.
So if we don't have something to do that
Yeah.
day, even if we do, we at least try to get some pieces of content done, whether it's together or something for him or something for me.
Okay.
Or, you know, again, that'll be something we plan during the week. We did a bunch of, you know, home tours and stuff like that last weekend together, so that he had content for his YouTube page. And so, yeah, we try to dedicate Sundays to doing content together, so that way that stuff can last us through
That
the
makes
weeks.
sense.
And that's why through the week we're doing all our like market research per se. Like we're just saving videos. Like we have a folder on
Right.
Instagram called couples content. And
Yeah.
as
I
we
just
see-
told her I just learned of that feature where you
Yes.
can share
Yeah.
like instead of having to send each other reels,
Oh,
it goes into
okay.
its own folder.
So,
So
when
we'll
you
save it
find a
throughout the
video,
week.
so
Okay.
when you find a video and you save it, it'll ask you if you want to save it in a collection, and you
Okay.
can name. It's basically like putting it into a folder, and then
Gotcha.
it'll ask you if you want to collaborate with someone on that folder. So Chris and
Yeah.
I. So anytime I share couple stuff, I put it in that folder, and we both get it as a DM, and then we'll be like, okay, we'll do this on Sunday. Okay, we'll get this done, or we'll do that, and that way
Yeah,
it comes
that's so
Sunday.
good.
Yeah.
We
That's
set
good.
it up. We know what we're doing. You know, even if we have to change clothes, okay, let's do this video, but let's go change. All right, cool. Okay,
you
we
don't
can
want
do-
every video in the
you
same
can't-
outfit.
Right, you
Right,
can't
right.
do
That's
that.
true,
So
yeah.
it's just, it really is, and that's what we really teach people when they're trying to get better at content, is you have to find a day dedicated to creating your content and batch creating, because trying to create stuff on the fly, trying to
It
do
just
stuff,
don't
it
work.
gives you so much anxiety, and you actually spend more time online searching for things to do,
Yep.
and then you don't have the confidence to really do the things you want to. So it really helps, especially when you're a larger creator, to do that, because you are busy during the week. Creators do still have kids. So a lot of them still have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
So they don't
That's
have
very
time
true.
throughout the day between the job, the kids, the spouse,
Yeah.
to be creating content. So you have to find a day where you get
That's
it
what you
done.
do.
That's
Yeah.
such good advice, because even us as event planners, like the weekend is booked up, but during the week we're taking calls, we're doing meetings. Like
Right.
the planning process is so tedious and intricate. I'm like, I'm not busy I'm not free during the week or the weekend, you know.
Right.
So having that time and making sure that you say, this is the day
Yeah.
that I'm gonna get this done.
Yeah.
You know.
Because
that-
typically for me, my Sundays are the days where I try to be more available for us. Like if I have showings, I try to do them like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Those are like the days where I really want to be boots on the ground out showing homes. But Sundays, I will show homes on a Sunday if that's just what the client needed scheduling wise.
Especially if it's a big home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending, you know.
Them 7 figures.
It just depends. But I try to make like Sunday, like that's like my creative day per se. And sometimes we don't even use that creative time playing. It's just a lazy day for us.
Yeah. Monday is our day like
Monday,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
we
because
like to
coming
relax.
off of the weekend. And then it's cool because the kids are at school.
Correct.
So it's
Get a
just
little alone
us.
time.
I love
A
that.
little alone time. So what piece of advice would you guys give to a new couple that's newly married, but also starting a business together that you guys think that would help or guide them since you guys have started all this in the last, 6 months? 7 months?
I would definitely say knowing your role in the relationship. Like how I mentioned earlier, Renee is the ideas, I'm the execution. If you don't know that, you're not going to work well together.
I agree.
Because I know, like, man, I really want to do something, but I don't really know. I can give Renee like 5% of what my idea is, and she could put the rest of it together.
Girl, you better be a multiplier.
So it really helps knowing your role in a relationship. Like, I know I'm not the idea person. I might pitch an idea here and there, but I'm not going to come at the whole scenario of what we're trying to do. Like, idea. And my ideas ain't always that good.
Right.
And I know they not always that good.
Right.
She'll look at me and be like, what are you talking about? And it's like in your head, but it's not delivering out loud.
Coming out right. It just
So,
ain't
you know,
coming
you
out.
just give her the little 5% and be like, you know what? You put the rest of this together.
Yeah.
But when it comes to her and she has this great idea, but she's like, oh, I don't know how I want to formulate it. I don't know how I want to shoot it. And I'll help put all that things together to help her on the execution, because a lot of it comes down to having the confidence in what you know that you want to do in order to do it. But if you don't have that confidence, you're not going to execute.
Never.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That was literally my first thought, is have a role that you know your strengths in the relationship, and just be patient. I think that, over the time that I've known Chris, me being the professional TV person and him not being that, he has grown so much because he allows me to coach him in a way that I would coach anybody, right? So yes, it might be a little hard sometimes, and I might be a little rough, okay? But
She'll tell me that was weak.
Yeah,
She'll
I'll tell you.
straight
I will
up.
tell you.
That's what you
That's
need.
what you want, though.
need
There
that.
we
She'll
go.
be like,
Okay.
babe, that was weak.
And,
No.
and honestly,
You can do better.
that approach is why I was respected in the industry I was in, because I was not only able to get my job done, but all the new reporters and MMJs coming in, they knew that Renee was going to be the one to teach them. Renee was going to be the one. So yeah, I'm going to say it in a way that I'm not trying to tear you down, but if that was weak, it was weak.
Right.
And then people want to be like, all right, you right. because they don't. I think especially when you're in a corporate workplace, things are already so uptight.
Yeah.
And when your boss tells you that was weak, they're going to say it in a way that's really going to make you feel like, dang, I really disappointed them.
Right.
But when Renee says it, it's like, oh, that's just my homegirl. I know what she meant though. Like she's not trying to tear me down, because I'm trying to give you that power within to do it right. Like, you got it. Just do it this way. Relax your shoulders. Why are you acting like that? This is not how you act when you're in front of me.
Yeah.
Y'all
And he's just like, dang, okay. And I'm like, no, but for real, because
You need that honesty,
because
though.
people are so confident when the camera's not on, and then the camera comes on, and they're like, okay, let me just.
That's me.
Yes.
And I'm just like, relax. Like, why are you being this way? Because now when he's by himself, he's like, all right, CB, just calm down. Like, relax. Like, just do you.
Yeah.
And the improvement from his first YouTube
y'all
videos to
shoulda
now,
seen that.
oh my God.
Y'all should have seen how she came at me with my first
360.
video. My first YouTube video, she was like, okay, you got it done. You got it out there. But that ain't it.
Yeah, you got it done.
You got it done,
You
but
did
that
all
ain't
that,
it.
but
You
yeah,
better.
we're
You
not
got it
using
done.
that one.
Yeah, but
And honestly,
we got time to
when
improve.
I go out and I shoot now, it's like I had that little
Yep.
bee in my ear.
Absolutely.
And I'll mess up like multiple times. I'm messing up on words, tongue twisters, and I'm just like, CB, just slow down.
Yeah.
Enunciate. Slow
Look at
down.
her, like a
and I'll
proud-
be like, yeah.
It's my baby.
You know?
Yeah.
Like even when I did that show not too long ago, like when you were there coaching me through it, and she was like, the camera is not there. don't worry about the camera. It's invisible.
Yeah.
You're just having a conversation with people. And that actually helped me settle in, because once you take the camera out of the equation, it helps you focus on what the conversation is or what you're trying to deliver.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are really afraid of the camera. It's like you see a camera, it's anxiety, a panic attack immediately.
Yeah.
And in the game, in the business, you have to watch yourself. When you if you do a newscast and you mess up, the news director will call you in the office and he will watch it with you. And you got to sit there, cringe like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I know. And he's like, okay, so you see the problem there? Okay, so I'm going to need you to slow down.
But I think that's the issue. People are afraid.
You're afraid,
to
but you have to
themselves.
get critiqued. How do you get better if you don't get critiqued?
Tracy
and so
talking
you
to
have
you.
to watch.
Definitely talking
you
to
gotta
me. I'm
watch
like,
your old
oh.
stuff. I mean, listen, if I showed you guys some of my old stuff from college, I'd be sitting here itching like, oh, this is terrible. But a part of me is also like, oh, look how far I've come, you know,
Right,
because
right.
it takes time, it takes experience. You know, reading out loud really helps. And I always tell people this: if you have a book or something that you're reading, read it out loud for a half an hour every day.
Read
Because
it out loud.
when you read stuff in your head, you're not using your mouth.
That's
so
true,
now you're
right?
fumbling over words that it's like all I said was and it came out
right.
and you're like, wait, what did I just say? And it's like because you're not
facts.
using your
ad-libs
mouth,
are
you're
A1.
not using your jaw, you're not using your tongue. Like all of this
Yeah.
stuff, you can't just get on camera and start talking.
You gotta be like a singer. La 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 la.
Yeah,
la,
you
la,
have
la.
to. You literally have to. You know, how now, brown cow? Like all that is real before.
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
why they
Quick
do
brown
that.
fox
Okay.
jumped over the
you know,
fence.
so the anchor man, scotch. Oh,
Right, right.
how now, brown cow? Like all that stuff. It's funny, but it's real because you got to get the mouth and the jaw and the throat, all that warmed up. Because you're
okay.
going to be on camera talking for the next hour or even 5 hours if you're doing
Yeah.
a morning show, right? Some of those morning shows, some of the ones that you guys are recently on, between the morning newscast and the lifestyle show, the host of that show, Enkirika, shout out to Enkirika, she does a newscast in the morning and then does the midday show with y'all. So she's
wow.
on camera for at least 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Talking.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Talking.
it does take
That's a
time
lot.
and patience and skill. And I think my approach might be a little, harsh sometimes, but it's really just to get
little
you
gangster.
out of that, like,
Right.
a little gangster, but it's really just to help get you in that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Know that you're not in front of a jury. You're in front of someone who's trying to help you.
Get
and
her
you gotta get in that
services
mindset.
immediately.
That's what I was about to
So,
say.
yeah.
The services, yes. And this is what you're offering to
I mean,
people.
when I'm with a client, and I've had a couple of clients already that like when they do like interview style content, I have to tell them, don't worry about the camera. Okay, I want you to relax. I want you to smile. Okay, think about it this way. All right, we're going to take it piece by piece. Okay, I like what you said, but I want you to say it like this next time. I want you to emphasize this word when you say it. I want you to do, because most people don't know how to be on camera, let alone speak on
right.
camera.
Correct.
Because you're telling a story. The same way I'm speaking to you guys, I'm emphasizing words to show you how important this is. I may be using my hands slightly so you understand the complexity of the conversation we're having. Most people don't do that. Most of the
No.
time they just talk like this. It's really monotone. They talk kind of fast. So there's really no upward inflection. There's no emotion. You don't really, because that's how we're used to talking. But when you tell a story, you got to tell that story.
Yeah.
Okay?
Gotta tell that story.
The wolf blew that house down.
Now he blew it down.
He blew it down. Now, if you just want to say, oh, he just blowed and the house fell apart
Yeah,
and all
right,
that, that's
right,
like, oh, this
He
story's boring as
huffed and he
hell.
puffed.
Yeah, he huffed and he puffed. Oh, well, okay, story's
Girl,
over.
no.
Nah, he blew that sucker down.
so
I'm like,
good. This
oh my God.
That's facts.
It's a fact. Yeah.
It's facts.
This is why I like storytelling.
Yes. And
Because
you're
you want
great at
people,
it.
especially in my field, me being in real estate, people
Yeah.
rely on me for information,
Yes.
education. Like
Yes.
I
I
have to
love
know.
the angle that you came
I
at
have
it
to
with.
know the market. So if I am going to tell you about the market or tell you about different ways of buying a home, luxury, whatever the case may
Right,
be, I have to be the expert. And if I'm on camera like, hey, y'all, you should buy a home with me because
Right.
people will be like,
Yeah, ain't
he,
trust-
Dude don't know what
I ain't
he don't have
trusting
enough
that
moxie.
guy.
Yeah.
Right.
he don't have enough moxie. So
Yeah.
that's not going to deliver the message. You really have to be mindful on how you say things, just like in a relationship. You know, to tie it back to the couplepreneur is how you say things.
Yeah.
And
it is.
That goes in business, that goes in work, and that goes in relationships. You have to say things a certain way to deliver your message, and how you say it is going to leave that lasting impression on how that person receives the message.
Yeah.
Good. Good stuff.
Dang. That was
Good combo.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question for you all is what legacy do you guys hope to build with the businesses that you guys have together? What we doing?
The legacy
media
is
production team or something. Okay.
We talked a little bit about it, but we haven't really deep dive. But we want to have like an agency where we have people that are former journalists that come and work up under us and turn their journalism career into what we've done. Because it's a very easy transition for someone coming from the journalism field.
Yeah.
So we've talked about an agency that way. We've talked about how I can grow the real estate business through this same agency and things like that.
Definitely.
Because for me, on the real estate side, I'm not selling real estate till I die. I'm not doing this forever.
Right.
But I do want to build the relationships around Las Vegas and wherever, we call home for the foreseeable future. I want to build those relationships so that we can come in and tell your story. Because that's what we are good at. We're good at producing and telling a story and being able to showcase what people have to offer.
And that's what businesses need. It is the story that sells the service, the product.
Like our favorite business out here that we do business with is Calabash African Kitchen. We love the owner because she is from Africa. She's been doing really well here. She was in, she moved out here when she was in her teens, and then said, one day I'm gonna open up an African restaurant and I'm gonna serve people food from my home.
Wow.
And she just hit her 3-year anniversary. We actually helped her produce the content on her social media page. We've been doing it for 3 years now.
Wow.
And just seeing the growth of something that's so culturally different, because African food is not, let me just go get some rice and beans, or let me go get a little chicken sandwich. It's a different flavor. It's a different look. And being able to tell her story through social media is something that we're both proud of, because we've been able to help them when they had 200 followers. Now they got almost 50,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh,
Wow.
They have about almost 100 between their Instagram and their TikTok. About 80K.
Beautiful story.
Beautiful story.
Beautiful
and
food.
She's constantly evolving. I was just helping her with a really big project today, which I'm going to get teary-eyed a little bit. Because, to see her growth, and to see her now be so much more confident on camera. She said she was so nervous, and so even today, just seeing like how with all the cameras and all the stuff, like she's still so graceful and so humble, and so when she's constantly telling this story, and I'm seeing, the producers and other people going, oh wow, like really feeling where she's coming from and what she's built, it definitely was like a proud mama moment for us, because we want to see that. And just to continue off what he's saying, I really want us to be able to be a little more hands off and have more of an agency where we have, creators and journalists who go out there and help do the content, because the story, and I always say this, the story is really the people.
Right.
That's the story, is the people. And when you hear more from the business owner, when you hear more from the customer, when you hear more from where they came from and how they make their clients feel when they complete a project for them, that is the story. And we don't normally see that because we're just so focused on the product, or just so focused on food or the influencer that, even the influencer has a story, but we wouldn't know because all we know is that they're famous and they eat food. But we don't know who they are, right? And so again, even as and even as an influencer, when you're a public figure, it can also be dangerous to turn the camera on to yourself because you're a known person. You don't want to put too much of yourself out there. You don't want to put your kids too much out there. So there has to be a fine balance, obviously. But even with his real estate, I think that in the future we can be more hands off. We can really diversify our platforms and monetize off of that, and not really be so worried about being hands-on, but more so being able to teach the next, I don't want to say next generation because that makes it sound old, but the next, crew of people, aspiring creators, aspiring, journalists to, kind of see our vision and keep doing the work, and we can, be mentors and do more of an oversee of the projects that we love to do. So.
Just help. Because a lot of people, the reason why they don't do is because they have a lack of knowledge. And that's what stops a lot of people from even starting is just the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
They think it's way more complicated than what it really is.
Very true.
And you'd be surprised on how much stuff that y'all see us produce that came straight from an iPhone.
It's so funny you say that, because today when I was doing the whole thing at Calabash and I'm seeing like a professional like production team, and I'm watching how the cameraman is shooting them, and they're literally doing the same movements we do. And it just really goes to show that it doesn't take a huge production camera to get the same visuals. Like literally, like the thing that we do to make our shots, how they were literally doing the same thing. And I was just like,
dope.
You know, it's so easy. Now, obviously, we don't want to give away secrets. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna start doing it.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna have no business.
Yeah,
but you know, definitely just more hands off, more in the community, being able to teach and mentor. That's the goal, I think, for sure.
Yes. Well, thank y'all.
Yes,
thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Man, we were so excited to come here. I mean, I was.
Yes,
I love
we
love y'all so
excited.
much.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to close it with this. Building a business is one thing, but building it with your partner, that is next level. You two really brought that to life here, so we thank you guys for coming in.
Thank
everyone that is tuning in, especially couples on their journey together, I want you guys to keep communicating, keep growing, and most importantly, keep building your legacy as a team, because at the end of the day, it is all about love and money. Okay, so if you guys know a couple who's doing their thing, send them our way, recommend them to us. They can send us an email over at loveandmoneycouplepreneurs@gmail.com and give us a follow at Love and Money Couples on Instagram. Until next time, we'll see you again.
Yes.